Tara Troopers, let's talk Farmer Wants a Wife. I'm not doing the reactions because it costs too much money to pay the editor, so I'm just going to do this podcast thing where I break it down. So I've already watched episodes 1 through 3, okay? And like episode 1's boring because it's like, oh, here's these hot cowboys and they got a farm and money, and then here's these hot, a lot of them are blonde, coming in, and then they pick their girls, right? So John first picks Samantha. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Samantha, to me, she's like the villain, okay, of this whole series, not just even in Farmer John's, okay? She literally listen, I like how independent and like go-getter and forward Samantha is, because she sits down, she asks him all these questions. She's like, so what about you? So what does that mean? And I'm like, I get that. I'm with it. She wants to know more about him. And she also happens to have some wit, which is a plus. She's smart. But she is like a little bit of a Barbie, right? So she says in her pickup, she's like, if he does not pick me for the overnight, I'm gone. And I'm like, ugh, girl, like, you know what you signed up for, like, relax, you know, like her attitude just came across the wrong way, but she is self-aware because she was like, he called her like a challenge, like a lot, because she is a lot. She's like, I have heard that before. So she's aware of that. They have their first date and I'm like, oh, that's all great and dandy. The most awkward thing though, is he goes in to kiss her and she grabs his neck in the most awkward way and is like, no. And her argument is, I don't want my husband to see that. I will not kiss on camera. I owe him way more respect for my future husband than to see me kissing another man. And I'm like, what? Like, I guarantee you her producer probably at the time was maybe freaking out. I don't know. Or maybe the producer was like, heck yeah, turn him down. Because literally, if you watch the footage on episode 1 or it's episode 2, he goes in to kiss her. She goes like, no. And he looks, they cut right away. He immediately looks the other way as if he's looking to his producer like, what? He does this. He's like, she goes to grab him. He's like this, like he's gonna go to talk to his producer of like, what's going on? This is supposed to happen. Because all the guys in this second episode are all like, they take the overnight girls on a date and then they're like, I got something for you, but in exchange for this gift, I gotta get something in return. And then they're like,
it's a kiss. Like, I'm like, oh my God, come on. Like,
it's so obviously written in because they make each one of them do the same thing that I'm like, come on, guys, we could have gotten a little more inventive with that. You know what I mean? Sorry, my laptop is in the view. So I was like, they could have done a little bit better with that. I thought it was so funny how freaking shocked he looked, though, dude. He looked just like massively shocked. And I am just thinking that like Samantha, she's like, my dad and my family is perfect. My dad has never looked at another man ever. And I'm like, congrats. It sounds like he's a great dad. He also just raised a daughter who has very specific needs. And I get it. She has respect for herself. She wants to be chosen first. Everybody should operate that way. Truly. Like, I get it. But there's also a side of her where I'm like, girl, you need to calm down. Like, relax. I feel like if you were having a conversation with her at a bar and like someone opened the door and a cool breeze came in and you glanced and you're like, oh, and you just looked and she happened to look and there's a girl there and you were just really looking like, where's that breeze coming from? She'd smack you in the face and be like, we're getting a divorce. I don't know. I'm just like, girl, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, okay? It's a lot coming from Samantha. So, but John, I figure in the one-on-one, I'm like, she's a lot. Like, she's a lot. But then he picks her, right? And then in his one-on-one, he says like, well, Samantha, you know, I just don't know if she's really up for this life to come out here. But he calls her pretty much almost perfect. Which she does look like a Barbie doll. She is beautiful, and I think she's witty, and she's funny, which is all package. She's just kind of a lot. Like when she's like talking to his friends, she's saying like, they're like, so would you move out here? Like on the farm? Like, would you see that? And she's like, well, I'm not going to lie. I am not going to stop going out and going to dinners. And I want to be like taken out and going to things and like going to the city. And they're like, yeah, we get that. But he lives 40 minutes away from a city. So that's going to be difficult. And she's like, well, there's compromise in a relationship. I'm like, girl, you are on a show called Farmer Wants a Wife, not Farmer to move closer to city for Barbie and then, I don't know, transports back and forth to take care of the farm and hang out with his wife because she wants to be in the city and have dinner. Like, I think you're on the wrong show, girl. Seriously. Like, she's hot and she's a lot, but send her on like Too Hot to Handle. She would do bad on there. She's not even going to kiss the guy. The whole time she's not going to kiss him. When she says, I'm not going to kiss on camera, I'm like, okay, so when are they ever alone, like off camera? I know they have time. So hopefully without him, she would slice him if John ever said, I got to kiss her when the cameras were off, right? Because if he doesn't get to kiss her, then you don't know. You're like, we could possibly not have chemistry. So I don't know. That's a lot. All right. Moving on to Colton. Colton, oh my God. He's so sweet. He sometimes is at a loss for words. And by sometimes, I mean more often than any of the others. One of the girls sat down and there was just so awkward silence where he didn't know like what to ask her. And I just thought it was really cute. And I think he was just surprised how pretty she was. Anyway, he leaves with Bailey, but he is the first one that makes an immediate move. He goes, I'm going to pick Bailey for my overnight. They leave out of the barn. They walk up the driveway and he's already like, can I kiss you? And then they're all up in there. They're juicing it already, halfway juicing it, not full on. Anyway, he's already in it, and they go on a date, and it's all great, right? And I think he's the one that the morning when the four other girls after the overnight dates arrive at the barn or whatever, at the farm, that I think it was Colton and was it Colton and Bailey that were holding hands? No, it might have been Matt and Jordan, I think, that were holding hands when the girls, I don't know. Listen, the other girls come and they're like, whoa, I didn't expect to see them holding hands so fast. And I'm like, yeah, it is a little bit quick. They're sitting there just like holding hands already. And I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure it was Colton and Bailey. Anyhow, the other girls come and the most awkward thing happens at the end of episode 2 and the beginning of episode 3. They all get a note to let, if they're not feeling a connection with a girl, send them home. He goes to pull this girl Taylar aside. But I'm telling you right now, the most awkward moment is in episode 2 where he goes, I haven't gotten to talk to Taylar. I'm going to go in the barn. I'm going to chat with her. She's like petting a horse. And he's like, yeah, so where are you from? And whatever she says, she's like, I'm from Arkansas. And he's like, oh. She's like, mm-hmm. I'm not joking. It's like 5 seconds of awkward silence. And then he's like, so what about your parents? And then she says something real quick, like, yeah, they're still married. Mm-hmm. She like literally has nothing to say, doesn't spike up a conversation, does not ask him a question back. And I'm like, that was the most awkward thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And then in her pickup, she goes, he came to talk to me and I thought that our one-on-one talk went really great. And I was like, I was in shock. I was in complete shock. I was just thinking Taylar must be completely unaware. Like must not be self-aware at all. Cause I'm like, that was awkward. You didn't ask him anything. And there was at least like, it's okay to be silent and not be, It was literally like and then he went, oh, okay. So what do you like? What do you like to do? I like to color. What? Like, oh my God, I can't. And he looked so awkward. And then her pickup was like, I thought it went great. And I was like, oh my God, dude, what? So he takes her at the end of the night. He's got to send somebody home. So he takes Taylar. Taylar opens up and says, oh my God. She's like, of course I'll come and talk to you like one-on-one. I don't even know if she has an accent, but she goes, I just knew, like, from the second I sat down and talked with you, like, I was nervous, but you looked at me and I just felt a spark. I felt it in my soul. And I'm like, oh my God, Colton is trying to break it off with her right now. And it is so awkward. And of course, it happens to the guy who's at a loss for words. So he goes, he's like stress panicking inside. And he goes, yeah, I've had that spark, that spark with a couple of the other girls here. And I just, it hasn't happened with you. Something like that. Okay. It was even worse than that. So, and I'm thinking he didn't mean to say, I have a spark with only 2 of the other girls, because you know that's going to spread to the 4 other girls that are still living in your house, and it's going to be weird. But he panicked because he was just like, yeah, you know the spark you feel. I felt it too, but only for 2 other girls. You're not one of them. It was fine. I'm not making fun of how he delivered it. It was just, I'm making fun of the situation because it was awkward as hell. She finally gets it as she's sitting there. You can see her do a strong gulp. And then she quickly walks over to the girls. She's like, just so you know, just be careful, because he said he's had that spark with 1 girl, and that's it. So keep your eyes peeled. And I'm like, oh God, all the rest of the girls besides Bailey. Bailey's probably feeling pretty good because she got the first date, most likely assuming the spark was with her. Duh. And all the rest of the girls are like, well, then what the hell are we doing here? Right? He finds that out. When Colton finds that out, he takes Keely finally on a date, the redhead, and then they're talking, and he's like, their intention on going on the second date where they have to choose the second girl is kind of to decide whether to keep them there or send them the frick home, because I think it was John or Matt. Who was it? Keely, Grace, Barbie. One of them sent a girl home, was like, oh, I think it was John. It was John. Because, right, he had the first date with Samantha. John has a second date with a girl. It's a snooze fest. And he's like, you got to go. So she leaves. And I feel bad because these girls are always crying like they got no idea it's coming, as though the 2 conversations you had with the guy mean that, like, you guys are, like, dating and they're just, like, heartbroken. I'm like, it hasn't been long enough for you to be heartbroken yet. I don't think. But I always feel bad for him. Colton goes with Keely, and then he's like, do you want to kiss me as bad as I want to kiss you? And they're like, brah. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. We just call him Colton the Kiss Fest, because he gets to it. He does not pause. Right? He's like, if he's going to go out on a date with a girl, he's going to kiss him. At the end of this, he's going to have kissed them all. And I hope that they all aren't like, oh my God, he kissed you too, and he kissed you, and he kissed you. Because, you know, when they get back, Keely's going to be like, he kissed me. And then Bailey's going to be like, oh my God, because he kissed me too. It's like going to cause panic. I love it. We'll just call him the Kiss Fest. Kiss Fest Colton. He's getting in there. Don't blame him, because you got to know if you have physical chemistry. The chat with Keely was good. Great. Now, we got to move on to Jay. Jay, nice guy, retired football player, hurt his knee or something, bought his grandpa's farm. He meets Grace. Grace is so shy and so sweet, but she is the one that on the first date is actually like just chill and more Jay's speed, and is just like, yeah, I felt blah, blah, blah. They had a good conversation versus there was one where the girl shows up and she gives him a picture because she's a cheerleader. And I was like, I think the producers probably paid this girl. I don't know. But she's like, Yeah, so here's a picture of me that you can hang up. And I'm like, you just met him. And it's like her and like scantily clad. It was insane. Obviously, he doesn't pick her because I'm like, that girl's crazy. So Grace is really sweet. They have a smooch on the field, right? But now Jay is in this like predicament, and it's not really a big one. There's a big difference between Grace is down to earth, doesn't wear a lot of makeup. She's kind of shy. I think her father was a pastor or something. I don't know. Then there's Malibu Barbie. I don't even know her name. Okay. She is literally looks like a runway model, looks like Malibu Barbie, right? And she's not. She tries to hold the chicken. She's like, no, I can't. What am I stepping in? That's poop. Oh God, it smells. I can't do that. I am not doing that. I will not do that. That's her the entire time. That's literally her when they try to go play pool with his friends. She's like, I'm not dressed for this, because she's in like stilettos and a skirt. And then she like hits one ball and then she's like, no, I'm not going again. I will not play pool. You cannot make me. And I was like, girl, this is supposed to be fun. And you are so not fun. And even after that, Jay is like trying to figure it out about Malibu Barbie. I'm like, why have you not kicked her off almost immediately? Obviously, she's not going to be good on the farm with you at all. So a little bit, I'm sort of like, dude, do the producers pay this Malibu Barbie to come on here and be like this? I don't know. I don't know. Because it is absolutely so absurd that she is there that I'm just like, what in the world? It provides good drama, though. Like, if she is there, because she's like, he hasn't gotten to see my soft side, which I really have. And like, I really like Jay, and I really just like want to show it to him. And I'm like, girl, you're not going to be able to show him nothing. You don't like being on a farm, and the show is called Farmer Wants a Wife. Like, what are you doing here in your stilettos and your short skirt? We're not even talking that's dumb to bring to a farm. It's also dumb to even bring to go play pool. You know who these guys are. They're like cowboys who work on a farm. They're going to a dive bar. Like, your life is not going to fit into this. What are we doing? Who paid you to be here? Tell me. Somebody leave it in the comments. I think she was getting paid extra for the drama. Okay. And then we have Matt, who has Jordan. That's his first overnight. And she's the blondie from Nashville who's a singer-songwriter. I love her. She's great. Great voice. Writes songs. And I love that. But they have this whole date, and they do not kiss. He does not ask her for a kiss. They don't. I'm just like, okay, Matt's taking it slow. He's taking it slow. All right. Now, there's this other girl, Hayla. So they go on that friend date where all the friends meet him and they're playing pool or drinking or whatever. And Hayla gets along with the friends because she's very independent. She's sort of loud. She's funny. She's witty. She's chill. She hangs like she's one of the bros. She's kind of like me, right? You put me in a crowd, I'm going to become friends with these people. I'm not like afraid to talk to anybody. Let's just hang out, have a good time. That's Hayla, right? So Matt is like, I'm going to take Hayla on the second date to get to know her, to see if it's just a friendship vibe or if it can be romantic. And when he takes her on the date, it's like, it's all going really well. And like, they're flirting. They're kind of doing, what was I going to say? Like mean flirting, but a little bit. Like, she kind of gives him crap, sort of like Samantha does. He loves the mean flirting. John does, which I get. I love a good mean flirt. It's kind of the only flirting I know how to do, because I can't really like do the like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how that works. So Hayla and him have a great conversation, but again, he doesn't kiss her. He doesn't even like go in for a move. He doesn't even get close to her. He's just like, well, should we kick it? And they're like, yep, let's get out of here, right? After this really good conversation, and he says even in his pickup, he's like, there can definitely be something. Wait. Oh my God. Wait, I think I'm blanking. I think when he walked her back to the house. Wait, when he walked Hayla back to the house, did he kiss her? Wait, did I just blank on that, y'all? Hold on. Hold the phone. Did he? Okay, wait. I got to remember. So when he walked Hayla back, did he? I thought he kissed her. I think he did. I'm sorry, guys. So I think, yes. I was just looking. I was like looking because in my brain, I forgot to write that note down that when he took Hayla to the door of the house, they had a smooch. Let me confirm with like my notes could be wrong. Hold on. Okay, let's ask the internet. They'll tell us. So at the end, they're walking, and I'm like, oh my God, he doesn't. It says they did not share a kiss. Did they not? Oh no, he does not. She just says, sorry guys, I made that up in my brain because I'm like, why is he not kissing any of these girls? Like, what are you doing, Matt? Like, they're obviously into you, and don't you want to see if you have like chemistry, you know, like a physical attraction? But whatever. I don't blame him for that. No big deal. But I'm like, because Jay's kissed Grace, Colton has kissed Bailey and Keely. He's kiss fest. John, who thinks Samantha is almost perfect, has not kissed her and may not ever that we see on camera at all. I don't know. Because she's also the girl who's like, compromise. Like, I need to be maybe babysitting and be taken out. Which I get, but I'm like, just don't date a farmer then. You're going to live on a farm, dude. So here's my vote, is that I feel like John and Samantha have the best like mean banter. So I feel like John will go for her. But I think then he'll quickly realize that like the compromises that he would have to make in his life and lifestyle for Samantha, I think would be maybe too overwhelming. Also, do you see her like when he's nice, when John is like nice to the other girls, like one of the girls like lost her belt and he's like, here, you can have this bandana. And I get it that the editing is the editing, but like Samantha's just there like looking like she hates it all. She hates him talking to any of them, right? Like, I don't know. She's just drama. She's like the villain, but it's good because we need it in the show, right? Maybe she was paid too. But no, she seems way too dedicated to like finding a husband. God, maybe she was paid too. Her and Malibu Barbie. They're both Barbie. She's the blonde Barbie. The other one's Malibu Barbie. Woof. And I think, I don't know. I feel like Colton and Keely had a really good conversation. And I would feel so bad though for Bailey. Because she got the first overnight. They had a really great night. They are very similar in regards to their morals and the vibes and stuff. But it's also the same with Keely. And he seems like when he was like, do you want to kiss me as bad as I want to kiss you? It was like so intense. Like he had been waiting to kiss Keely the whole time. So now I'm confused. I'm sort of like, I think maybe he'll go with Keely. And then Bailey would be heartbroken. I don't know, man. Jay obviously has to go with Grace. Like this is not this is not a hard choice in regards to Jay. Like you got to go with Grace. You got to kick out Barbie ASAP. I don't know what she's doing here. Let her leave and get her paycheck. She was obviously paid to be here. I don't know what's going on there. And then for Matt, I would really like it if Matt ended up with Hayla because he's funny. He lives in California. His vibe is over here where I live. It's West Coast. That's Hayla, right? And Jordan is from Nashville, but she would have to move all the way to California. And she said she wouldn't mind that, right? But your music is mainly based, though, in Nashville. That's where you have all your connections. You are a country singer. I do get that she can do music in LA. This is entertainment capital of the world. It's not like there would be a lack of opportunities for her. But I'm also like, that's far. That's far. That's a far way to like pick up your life and go. And I feel like Hayla is from California. But I also feel like Hayla's vibe may fit Matt's vibe a little bit more. She may just not be like as soft or like motherly for him yet. If he like really wants like motherly qualities because he wants to have kids and stuff like that. But I think that him and Hayla would be a better match than him and Jordan at this juncture, just because I think Matt he's funny and I'm not sure about Jordan's humor. And not that that makes it, but when you can like get married to a partner who's funny, who can make you laugh, let's go. You know what I mean? That makes life better. I just feel like if you're, oh my God. I just feel like if you marry somebody and they don't make you laugh, then what are we doing here? Yeah, what are we doing here for real? Like, can you tell me? Because I wouldn't know, you know? So anyhow, I can't wait for the next episode. They drop, I think, on Wednesdays. I'll try to get this little talk, this recap up for each episode coming. And I am currently watching it on Hulu. So watch it on there. Come and join in the comments if you've obviously watched episodes 1 through 3. Tell me like what I've missed or what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts. Leave a like. Obviously subscribe if you haven't already. Click that notification bell so you're notified of all the videos I'm dropping. I just did reactions to Temptation Island. Love Island Australia was a lot of fun. Just finished that season. I'm doing Traders UK and hoping to get into a lot of other reality shows with you guys. So leave a comment. Tell me what else I should be watching. Tell me what you think. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next one.